Okay, can I just tell you what an amazing find this was? This is, oh my god. Hello, lovelies. I'm so sorry, I forgot to say hello. This is Maybelline Baby Lips, and this is the shade that I have always loved. And for some reason, I couldn't find it in stores for a really long time, because I'm not really a big fan of like colored lip things, unless it's lipstick, obviously. So, believe it or not, I got this Maybelline Baby Lips at Dollarama. It's the actual Maybelline, and I can't believe that it was there. I bought 2 of them. I may go back and buy like 10 more just so that I never run out, but they're my favorite. And they're like a lip gloss, but they're also like a lip balm at the same time. And they're so amazing and so soft. Let me just put that down right there. Okay, so I can't have coffee, but I'm not going to lie to you. Today is the first day that I'm having a rock star. I haven't had an energy drink in over a month. I have no idea how it's going to affect me, but thankfully I have sleeping pills just in case tonight comes around and I can't sleep. But I decided to treat myself. I'm not supposed to have coffee, alcohol, or chocolate for 6 weeks, and I went a whole month without having a coffee or anything, and this will be my only one for the day. Hopefully I'll be able to like go another 2 weeks without having another one, but if I do have another one, I don't really care. I'm not drinking and I'm not eating chocolate, so I feel if I have one vice, I should be able to have it. So there you go. So I haven't talked about this here on YouTube yet, because I've been talking about it everywhere else, and I've kind of been like, you know, I've been doing a lot of cooking segments, which I'm so happy to be doing, and I'm so happy that you're watching, but I just, I've been wanting to keep this sort of like to myself until everything was like rolling through, so I started going to AA. For those of you who don't know, that's Alcoholics Anonymous, because, you know, 4 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago yesterday, so a month ago yesterday. 4 weeks makes it sound longer. Let's go with 4 weeks. So 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago yesterday, I woke up in the morning and I was finishing off a bottle of Fireball, which I was doing on a regular basis, that I had just started the night before, by the way. So I was already finishing it up. And I took a shot and I threw up. And at first it was clear, and then it was full of blood. Here's the picture here. It was not pretty. And so I posted it on my social media, and everyone was like, you need to go to the hospital right now. And normally that's the thing for me, right? Like normally I'm one of those like, oh, it'll heal itself, blah, blah, blah. But when like people get on my case, I don't want to disappoint anyone. So I'm like, okay, I'll go to the hospital. So I go to the hospital, and it turns out that I had, or have, because I don't know if it's healed yet, I had a Mallory Wise. And that is a tear in the esophagus. The good news is that it can heal by itself if given proper time to heal. Bad news is that if I continued to drink the way I did, I probably would have killed myself. And here's the thing about being an alcoholic that I want to be completely honest with you. I want to be frank. I don't know why I wanted to be frank, but today I want to be frank. Let's be frank about things. Oh, we can both be frank. There you go. Oh my God, I think the caffeine's kicking in. So, the thing about being like an alcoholic is that you know what's going on. There's no way that you are completely oblivious to everything going on around you. Everything around me had started like just crumbling very slowly. I wasn't paying attention to all of you on YouTube, and I wasn't paying attention to my other work, my adult work, and so I was getting behind on bills, and everything was sort of like culminating all together. And so subconsciously, like I was telling my friend Ryan, subconsciously, I think I knew exactly what was going on, and I was drinking the way I was drinking because I needed a kick in the ass. Because that voice in my head that kept calling me a loser for drinking wasn't working. And it had worked in the past, but this time it was not working. I needed more than that. And a month ago, lying on that table where they had me hooked up to electrodes and everything, really was a really good kick in the nuts. Can you find them? If you can find them, you can kick me in the nuts. Just saying. But I know that subconsciously I was pushing myself to the limit where I was going to need a good kick in the balls. And I got it. Lying there on that operating table, you know, it was not pretty. And it was very scary. And I remember a voice in the back of my head saying, I don't want to die like this. And that was the sort of like Oprah aha moment that I had, where it was like, I don't want to die like this. And so I was covering Pride for the Gay Guide Network and Sean Prue Media. And I happened to meet someone there who was also sober. So I had managed to make it through Pride weekend with a VIQ, not a VIP. VIQ was very important queer. Thank you very much for that, Pride Montreal. I love that little wordplay there. But with a VIQ pass, I had access to unlimited alcohol, and I managed to go Thursday to Sunday with no drinking. And every time I went up to get a little 7-Up thing, the bartender who served me all weekend kept asking if I wanted vodka in it, and I was like, no, just the 7-Up, thank you. But anyhow, so I had actually met someone who was sober, who was working there, and we had sort of like created a bond. And they had said that they were going to go to AA, and I was like, oh, I really wanted to go, but I didn't want to go alone, and I didn't know if there was English meetings and blah, 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 blah. And they were like, oh, there are English meetings, you should come. And so 3 weeks ago, I went to my first AA meeting, and I have to say it was eye-opening. It's really sort of like inspiring on a sort of like, look what these people have overcome. And that goes for myself too, by the way. I'm not outside of that, look what these people have overcome. But they've overcome so much to become better contributing people in society. I mean, look, when I was drinking, I was still a good contributing member of society. I still, paid my bills, maybe not always on time, but I still paid my shit, and I still donated to charity, and I did all of those things, but I wasn't contributing to my own life. I wasn't being an active member in my own life. That's what alcohol was doing to me. Alcohol was taking me out of the equation and putting alcohol in the equation. Oh, I can just have one drink. All of my webcam shows. Listen, it got so bad where 3 weeks in a row, I literally didn't do one cam show. I made $0 for 3 weeks. When you go from making $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000 a month, and then it's zero, girl, it's time to wake the fuck up, okay? Wake the fuck up. Get up. So I went to this meeting, and I felt a sisterhood, a brotherhood. I felt a family. I felt not judged. See, the thing is like, I have said to many of my friends before, I'm an alcoholic. And the response that I've always gotten was, no, you just like to drink. It's okay. I mean, you work hard, so why wouldn't you want to have a drink? No, I'm trying to tell you that I am actually an alcoholic, and you are dismissing it. And listen, I think that the dismissiveness isn't actually trying to be dismissive. It's one of those sort of normalizing things that we do, like when someone says, oh, I have a hard time at the hospital, and someone says, oh, well, everyone does. And then I usually respond with, well, not everyone's trans. So not everyone has the same experience that I have in the hospital. And so we normalize a lot of stuff, and I think that that's what happens when you're like, I'm an alcoholic, and your friends are like, well, that's totally normal. And so they normalize it. And again, that's normal. And we all know I hate that word, but I'm just using it in context here. So the first day that I was there, I bought myself the big book. Now listen, it doesn't normally look like this. However, for a place that's like all about like anonymity and shit like that, this book screams alcoholic. Along the side in gold lettering on a dark blue cover, it says Alcoholics Anonymous. On the actual like paper cover, whatever that thing is called, it was like blue and white, and up top was like huge letters, Alcoholics Anonymous. Yeah, I'm just saying. So not cute. So what I did was I did this because, and I have a reason for doing this. It's not because I'm ashamed of it, because I've been very, very open on my social media about my struggles with alcohol. It's because I never wanted to be reading the book on the subway or the metro and have someone look at it and go, oh, I wish I could be like her. I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. Because one major thing that they teach you in AA is that it's your life and it's one day at a time, and you can't be like, oh, I wish I could be it like her, because you have to be, I wish I could be like me. So I didn't want to trigger anyone, so I thought this would be cute, and I really like it. I might actually do this to some more books because I really enjoy this a lot. So yeah, so I am 1 month sober as of yesterday, and I feel great. I've lost 17 pounds, which was unintentional, by the way. I wasn't purposely trying to lose weight. It just sort of happened, which is always nice. Hey. So yeah, I thought I would come on. I thought I would talk about it, and I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know how long this sobriety will last. I do know that I now have a support system that isn't going to sit there saying, no, you're okay. I have a support system in my sponsor and in AA that I can go to a meeting anytime. I can go online, and these are people that are going to get it, and they're not going to give me that same cookie cutter answer that, no, you're okay, you're fine, everybody does it. They're going to respond with, yeah, you're an alcoholic, you maybe shouldn't drink. And my goal with going to AA is to better my life and contribute to my own life on a more regular and healthy basis. I don't know if I'll have a drink tomorrow. I don't know if I'll have a drink next month. I don't know if I'll have a drink in a year. I don't know if I'll have a drink later tonight. All I can do is every time that little voice in my head says, hey, let's have a drink, all I can do is say, you know what, I don't need it. I don't want that. That's all I can do, and that's all you can do as well. If you are struggling with alcoholism, which, you know, a huge thing for me, a huge aha moment has been reading this book and seeing the alcoholism thing written as a disease. And it genuinely is, because I can't drink like normal people. I've been able to go out and have a shot or a drink and go home. But on a regular basis, like the week that I threw up a cup of blood, I spent about $200 on alcohol because I was buying a bottle of Fireball a night. And it made up like stupid rules like, oh, if you can walk for it, you can drink it. Stupid rules. Instead of, why not go a night without alcohol? I don't know what I was coping with. Maybe it was loneliness. Maybe it was a number of things. But I will say that I was drinking excessively to the point that I was harming my own body. And that's just not cute. I thank you all so much for reaching out, both privately and publicly, and, you know, and talking about your own struggles with me. And thank you for allowing me to share those stories on my social media. I appreciate that, and I'm sure that other people struggling will also appreciate it. That's the reason why I'm so open about everything. Look, I don't give a shit what you think of me. I don't fucking care what anyone thinks of me anymore. I've reached an age where I just do not care. All right? But I do care that my life means something. I do care that I've been given a platform and the ability to help change someone else's life just by my being open. And if my being open has helped you or someone else, then everything is worth it. I remember having a conversation with a friend of mine, and they were like, aren't you worried about like future employment? Like, I mean, people are gonna see this. And I'm like, I use my real name on everything, Samantha Lozon. So I think we've already passed that. Like, you can look, like, from the earliest days of, like, I remember the internet, I was using Samantha Lozon. So, or I used the Angel Girl, actually. Yeah. I used that as well. But now it's Samantha Lozon, and it's about branding. It's so that you know when you see something that says Samantha Lozon on it, that it's me if it has my picture on it. And yeah. So there you go. I thought I would come on here. I thought I would chat with all of you about this, and yeah, I hope that my being open helps you in some way, because I think that's my purpose. That's my purpose for myself, and my purpose here on YouTube is to find a way to help as many people as I possibly can with whatever's going on, whether it's needing to learn how to cook or talking openly about addiction. Yeah. So, as always, at the end of every single video, there are 3 things that you out there can do. Number 1, comment down below, join the conversation, or you can send me an email at samanthalozen@yahoo.com if you would like to talk about substance abuse, alcohol, or drugs. You are welcome to email me. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I have been through it, and if you need someone to talk to, I am an email away for you. Number 2, share this with your friends, family, and coworkers, and maybe someone you know that might be struggling, because the more we talk about it, the more we share videos like this, the less stigma is involved, and the more people are willing to be open about their own issues and their own perceived shortcomings. I hate when someone's like shortcomings and shit like that. That's why I say perceived, because our own perceptions sometimes are sort of clouded of ourselves and of other things, so perceived. Number 3, if you haven't already, find that subscribe button wherever it is on the screen and click it. And I will catch each and every single one of you on the flip side. Bye.